welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the AFC champion, Los Angeles Chargers, and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. What a thrill! Tonight, we celebrate 60 years of Super Bowls. We do it in style. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you here from Santa Clara. Hey, Greg, the Eagles are right back here looking to do what the Chiefs did right before that. Win back-to-back Super Bowls and lift that Lombardi Trophy for the 2nd consecutive year.
We are on the precipice of the next what we've talked about in years past with the New England Patriots, and then more recently, the Kansas City Chiefs. After last year's dominating Super Bowl performance, this roster, what Philadelphia has been able to put together these last couple years, I think a Super Bowl win here today, and now they become maybe that new top-of-the-heap team that we talk about here in the NFL.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Off we go on EA Sports. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59, quarterback Jalen Hurts.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters. You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go.
Quick throw on the RPOs to Goddard. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Hurts going to keep it on the option.
Hurts on the field. It's a gain of 6. First down, Eagles.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. Dotson, the man in motion. Now Jalen Hurts over him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. None of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Third and long for Hurts. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cam Hart. The crowd does not agree with that call. Who's ring out? Doesn't matter. I'm not going to change it. It's a first down. Saquon. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
This is a play, Mike, that makes me want to run down there, throw on a uniform, and try to help out. I mean, I think at this point, I could help clear enough room to get 1 yard. Heck, I might be able to get 1 yard myself. That's disappointing that they're unable to capitalize.
Barkley. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs. Back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Hurts. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And oh, how about this early on? They blocked the kick. He gets free. Past midfield. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg goes and the momentum swings they get you. One team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to... Kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st, you stick your hand up, that's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
Touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchdown. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Able to make one-man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
I can promise you, that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Now a 3rd and 2.
Gain of 13. But it brings up 3rd down.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Gain of 13 yards. And the Eagles first down.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, 7-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Good. Trimmer.
To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Open man downfield is Smith. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. That one's good for 26 yards.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Not much happening there, just a short game. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, Hurts. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll run the sneak, and he is going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
And he will get into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jake Elliott now for the extra point. And look at this. The extra point is blocked. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Davis to return it. Oh, yeah. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll run, and here's Amarian Hampton. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Ladd McConkey, the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
21.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down with Herbert. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the Chargers 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some.
And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again, Herbert. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now Herbert on the bootleg. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Set. Cap. Ready.
They'll run with Hampton. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Shotgun now for Herbert. He'll swing this out to Hampton.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the...
To the goal line and in. Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, L.A. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when you're running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, and it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
So now Herbert and the Chargers will go for 2.
The Chargers will line up.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Offense.
So again, they will try for 2. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line.
Set. 59, 59. Wide end. Wide end. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Let's go. Set.
No play fake. Herbert rolling to the left. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out.
All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They'll be looking to answer back. They trailed 13-6 and start this one with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got his tight end Goddard working the middle of the field. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Eagles.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. Now he takes off. And he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Pushed out to his left. There he goes again.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Great. Hey, let's go.
Throwing is Hurts. Short. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Chargers have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up, against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
2 quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Run! 380, run!
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready!
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 20-yard pickup there. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Hey, Ram, sit. 5-9.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Right side, hauled in by McConkey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the 1st.
Chargers.
Nice play design here by the offensive coordinator. His ability to get the quarterback outside the pocket, take some stress off the protection. By the time he reaches the launch point, the receiver's running wide open downfield, and he puts the ball right on the money.
Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5.
At the Eagles' 32-yard.
Now Herbert again. Now a deep shot for Allen. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Count it.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Deion Henley there. on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down,
Ball on the
6.
39. Here's second down and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for an Eagles first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Deion Henley there on the tackle.
Brings up second down.
From the 43, here's second and 9. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Got a tight end, Carpentera to the left. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll try to do this himself. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up first down.
First time they've booked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Now Hurts. That's a short one. Caught by Goddard. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
A 3-yard pickup.
Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the fourth from Santa Clara after this. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for third and 3. Now Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on third down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary. But then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short. But not until after he sets his guys up.
Oh, the ball's out. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. They've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Davis now to return it. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. Chargers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. He'll find Hampton out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Herbert now on first down. Throw on the run is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Charger first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Go. Crowd right. Ready.
Throwing, Herbert. He's got his tight end, Oronde Gadsden the second. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Oronde Gadsden. Touchdown Chargers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to throw yourself back in it.
Point after now from Dicker.
Extra point.
It's up and good. And the Chargers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Great.
To throw is Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts using the pop pass. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33.
Great.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got his man Brown. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
That's Goddard in motion.
37-yard line.
To the air again. Hurts. Left side. It's caught by Brown. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Eagles.
Hurts again. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Hurts. With The receiver is Dotson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. Typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And this will be incomplete. He's trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a third down. Hurts will try it again. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And it's 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Set. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Run.
Another run here with Hampton. Up the sideline to the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here. And don't forget, clock to the stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
1st and 10 at the 40.
1st and 10.
Set. Set.
They'll go again with Hampton. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left.
Run. Set.
On 2nd down, a run with Hampton. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. 1st down, L.A.
1st and 10 at the
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
380. Run. 380. Run. Ready.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he will score! Omarion Hampton. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Kicker now for the extra point. Now, how about this? It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't. They come away with nothing on the extra point. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Bigsby to return it. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So now it's Jalen Hurts and the Eagles down on the scoreboard. 1:50 to play. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in the Super Bowl. They'll drop to throw. The short throw taken in by Goddard. And he is out of bounds at the 45. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. Still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores. And it's 1st and 10. This one is caught by Dotson. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Eagles.
Hurts to the air on first down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Go, set.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Devontae Smith. A gain of 4. And it's third.
Now Hurts. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
Jalen Hurts sacked. Fumble on the play.
4th down, here's Hurts. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Let's go.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 39.
It is 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
380.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Quick hitting slant there. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Herbert now on first down. Inside the 10, it is caught. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Ray. 5-9. 12. 21. Set.
Now Herbert again. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Justin Herbert sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd down and goal.
And this franchise has done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs. There was adversity. And they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs. They put it all together tonight, and they can call themselves Super Bowl champions.
Commissioner Goodell doing the honors as he hands the trophy to the Los Angeles Chargers, champions of Super Bowl 60. So that'll do it for another sensational season of the NFL on EA Sports. For our entire team and with my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, good night from Santa Clara, California.
Wild little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me home when I was. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on another team from the AFC, the LA Chargers. Now the kicker, that's Cam. Dicker set to get us started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Henry. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And they'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3. Defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And a loose football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. From the 4, it's second and a couple.
At the 4-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
It's not often you talk about statement drives coming right at the start of the game, but that was some statement there. That drive took them the length of the field, and as I look at the clock, ate up nearly the entire first quarter as well. Great work up front clearing space, and an ideal finish on the touchdown run.
Chargers, nothing.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he spoke very eloquently and passionately on media day about what a victory here would mean for him. He knows this just isn't any other game. This is the kind of game that stays with you for a lifetime. If there's anyone on this field tonight who's most ready for this moment, I think it's this man right here.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. They find some open field here. Still going. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey. 58 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Jackson now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run the option. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
A gain of 12. First down, Ravens.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They give him a gain of 38. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Jackson options out left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
And this is what the danger is letting a quarterback run the football. Well, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
The Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
59, 59.
Out of the gun, Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 38 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. after the touchdown. Here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Second and a couple. They go play action now. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the play action there on second and short, partner. You're trying to convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action. Looks like a run. Then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
Now it's Jackson. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Oh, some strong running. An excellent return that time. 20. 6 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone